Hello, welcome to the Engine Oil Direct Touring Car Championship Round 22 from Interlagos, the newly named championship as well, here on BSRTV with me, Chris Cohen, joined once again by Adam Bath. Evening, Adam.
Yeah, good evening, Chris. We've been away for 2 weeks, but it's great to be back.
We have indeed. There was no racing last week due to a certain disappointing England game, I have to say, and we're back. So that's the one off week this season. It's round 22 of 33. Rounds 24 and 23 and 24, if I can count, coming your way later on this evening from 9 and 9:45 respectively. Big grid, and the usual suspects are up at the top, Adam.
Yeah, no surprise to viewers of the season so far. Adeko Lopez is on pole position, and right behind him are his championship rivals Jamie Rushworth and Wojciech Savidovic. Those top three are separated by 0.2 of a second, so it's going to be a close race meeting.
Absolutely. I don't think we have a session at the moment, so we might be a little bit late getting in there, but we'll get you some pictures as soon as possible. In the meantime, we can talk about those qualifying results in a little bit more detail. Nick McCarron impressed you in qualifying, 10th place.
Yeah, good to see him up there in the performance for the Engine Oil Direct team, the newly named team. It's good to see him up in 10th place. And also another good job by Daniel Croft. He's filling in for Danny Lawrence, I believe.
That's right, yeah, both Engine Oil Direct drivers there. Dan Croft is in 12th place. They are, as Adam mentions, the newly named. They used to be 888. They are now Engine Oil Direct. EngineOilDirect.co.uk. If you ever need any kind of motor oil delivering to your home direct, that's the good place to go and get some. Trust me. You trust me, right?
Yeah.
Good. Excellent. So Savidovic pushed down to third after being second in qualifying for quite a long time, but the top three are significantly faster than fourth place Stefan Hug, who is half a second off the pole time, which is, for fourth place, is quite significant, Adam.
Yeah, we're starting to see the main championship contenders come into play here. However, touring car racing, it's never predictable, so don't be surprised if we see Stefan Hug fighting for the lead in this first race.
Yeah, absolutely. It's one thing to qualify a second ahead of somebody, but when you start out there on the circuit, you're going to be right next to the person in question, and it gives you a slight advantage, I suppose, but then it all disappears. So, also in the top 10, Simon Field making another appearance, Adam Terry 7th place, Cat 6th. So very much the usual suspects in the top 10, perhaps with the exception of Nick McCarron, who did very well to get up there, and no Stelian Chepelewski. He has retired from the championship this season. Big news. He has moved country, in fact, so he'll be doing no racing for the rest of the season, as far as I understand. I believe it takes some time to actually get your things together and move an entire country away. So so it'll be a shame to not see him out on the track, Adam.
Yeah, of course, he won the Ayrton Senna Trophy at the first race meeting of the season, and he bowed out of his BSRTC career with a win at the last race at Indianapolis. So sad to see him go. However, he went out with a great result.
He did, yeah. He couldn't have really done a lot better, I don't think, if he tried in the last race. It was a topsy-turvy time last time out, so it could well be unpredictable. Interlagos is a long circuit for these Kia Optimas, the 2-litre turbos. They're nowhere near as fast as what we used to seeing on those circuits, the Formula 1 cars, of course. So the lap times are around about 1 minute 40, and the races are about 20 minutes long each. We've got 3 races, and there's that reverse grid system, which always proves interesting. So top 10 reversed after the end of the first race into race 2, and top 20 reversed at the end of the second race into race number 3. I'm just having a look down here. I don't know if you've done the same, Adam, at Peter Van Gool, who's qualified 19th for the first race, but he's normally our number 1 favourite for a pole position in the final race.
Yeah, usually we see him qualify a bit further down, and he still manages to make it into the top 20 reverse grid for race 3. So starting 19th in this race, let's see if he can get into that top 10 reverse grid. It's going to be a push, but let's see if he can do it.
And pictures coming your way, sorry about the delay, coming your way any moment now. Session's a little bit later than we would have normally had it, but doesn't matter too much. There's no football on anyway, so nothing to distract you away from that or anything. You've got our, we hope we've got your full attention for now. Okay, let's go down to the circuit and see what's going on down there. First of all, this is how the championship looks after 21 rounds. There's still a long way to go in the championship, don't forget. There's still, after tonight, there'll still be 9 races left. Koba Lopez now with a 73-point advantage over Jamie Rushworth, and Savidovic in 3rd and Hoog 4th. In actual fact, the qualifying results for the first race are in that exact order there. So 4 different teams in the top 4 spots. It'll be very, very tight at the top there, especially if Lopez doesn't really get the result he wants this evening, Adam.
Yeah, it's really up to Jamie Rushworth to try and reduce that points gap. We saw at Indianapolis, Koba Lopez had a crash at the start of the 3rd and final race. We thought this was it. We thought this was Jamie Rushworth he was going to close down the points gap, but then Lopez, being a class act, managed to fight his way back up through the field and managed to get inside the top 10 by the end of the race. So Rushworth has got to score every single point he can get to reduce that gap, that points deficit.
He does. He's not the most aggressive overtaker. He might well struggle, but Interlagos, a nice wide Formula 1 circuit with plenty of overtaking opportunities, so it's unlike some of the other circuits where you will struggle to get round somebody. Kat's 5th, and then Chepelewski's down there in 7th place, but obviously not going to score any more points this season. Gives the others a chance. Adam Terry, having dropped some points last time out, will be looking to make amends and move past Chepelewski, and hopefully for him, David Baker as well. Jeroen Kaiser's there in 9th, and Brewstrom in 10th. Down in the 11 to 20s, Reggie Blaine is a top candidate to move into the top 10 right now. He's closely followed by Ellis Stevens there, and all the way down to Ben Gregory in the Chrome Restart car in position 20, who's moved up no end. Although he did have a couple of tussles last time out, Adam, and that was particular with Adam Terry, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, whenever we saw Adam Terry at Indianapolis last time, he seemed to be involved in some sort of incident. So Adam Terry lost 1 place in the championship after Indianapolis, and with Stelly and Chepelewski not here anymore, let's see if we can move back up that championship table.
And CQR on the move in the point standings for the team championship. They're up to 8th, 888, who are now called Engine Oil Direct. The scores haven't been updated on this page, apologies. They are up to 7th, I should say, and Pertec dropping a few points there as well. Chrome Restart are out on top though by quite a significant margin, 355 points. Someone's going to have to close them down soon because, like I said, there are a significant number of races left, but time is ticking for those other teams. It's MovieGo Racing favourite at the moment, closely followed by STP Bianco, and then eBay Motors in 3rd place. Poor old AMD still languishing down there, right at the bottom in 12th. So not long to go now, about 30 seconds before we head down to the grid, so let's have a quick rundown of the top 10 if you wouldn't mind, Adam.
Yes, so on pole position with a time of 1 minute 39 is Koba Lopez, and alongside him on the front row is his championship rival Jamie Rushworth. 3rd place is Wojciech Savidovic, and alongside him on the 2nd row is Stefan Hoog. 5th place David Baker, and in 6th place is the first of the Karsha cars of Andreas Katz. 7th place is Adam Terry. 8th place Simon Field, and in rounding out the top 10 is Linus Bostrom in 9th, and in 10th place is Nick McCarron as we're going down to the grid.
Excellent, thanks for that, Adam. And Stelian Chepelewski is actually in the comments of our YouTube channel right now as we are live on YouTube, so big hello to him. And sorry you couldn't be racing tonight. You're going to make it that little bit less interesting than it would otherwise have been, but still some great racing for you this evening. 3 races to come. 33 is the size of the grid out there at Interlagos, the Autodromo de Jose Carlos Pache. And let's see what Lopez can do from the start. He is very, very quick, very consistent, and we've seen, haven't we, when he gets away, it's very hard to catch up with him.
Yeah, the last few races at Road America and Indianapolis, we've seen the slipstream being a massive benefit. That's the only reason why all the drivers managed to stick with Koba Lopez, but once he breaks that slipstream, he's going to be very hard to catch.
The start-finish straight, or if you can call it a straight, it's kind of a start-finish slight bend, is the best opportunity for drafting. A couple of other straights down there. We'll come to those in just a moment because we've got some lights. Round 22 of the Engine Oil Direct Touring Car Championship is underway. Lopez is on the left of your picture, Rushworth is on the right. What can these guys do down into turn 1? Lopez immediately moves across and attempts to take that line away from Rushworth. Lopez looks to have it into turn 1. Let's make sure everyone gets through there cleanly though. That's often the Senna S's are a big hazard for all of these cars. Look at all these guys, 33 of these getting through there, and everybody seems to be through okay so far, Adam.
Yeah, everyone has actually made it through the Senna S without any contact whatsoever. Brilliant job by these touring cars as we head down to Casino del Lago. A bit of contact in the back. That looked like one of the KX Momentum cars.
Oh yeah, it's in the middle of the track as well. The CQR's made contact with him. Oh, there's carnage. Absolute carnage. That will surely be a safety car, Adam.
Yeah, cars barrel rolling over, typical iRacing physics. One of the Karsha cars involved, that's the 22 car. I don't know who that is, but it looks like we've managed to get away without a safety car. Everyone looks like they're managing to get away.
Wow, well, that was a huge impact. There's stuff still going on down there on the straight, and those cars are going absolutely nowhere. Going to the scrap heap, some of those, I imagine. And, well, it all looked to be going so well for a while there, didn't it?
Yeah, what I just said, they were going really cleanly through the Senna S, and then down the back straight, carnage occurred. And let's head back to the front of the field, because Tadej Kober-Lopez has managed to establish a half-a-second lead over Jamie Rushworth, but Wojciech Davidovich doesn't look intent in staying in third place for long as we headed out of the Zhongqiao and coming around to complete the first lap.
Let's just going back to that incident there at the start. I think that was Matt Walker. Let's see if we can get some pictures up for you at the start. I've gone too far here. Possibly. Let's see what we've got. Yeah, so Matt Walker, I think, was the KX Momentum involved in that. Let's have another look. Oh, and he just gets loose. Why did he get loose there? That's an odd thing to happen. Let's go back a little bit further on the tape and look at that. Just seems to get loose on his own, does he? Did he have any help? Oh, there's an AMD car coming across. Yeah, that's where the contacts come from. That AMD car has put him into the barrier as he's trying to get out of the corner and get the power down. Well, they both kind of came across into each other there, and then from then on it was all hell broke loose there. Really, it was difficult to see how anyone was going to get out of there alive. Well, not alive, but with a car that you can continue driving. And then, yeah, all kinds of action in the background. I think Steve Richardson involved in that one. He's pulled out. He's trying to brake there. Steve Richardson with the yellow mirrors on the eBay car. There's a secondary incident behind, and Steve Richardson gets a face full of Andrew Whitehead's CQR as he just can't stop that car in time. So, quite a few retirements pretty early on, unfortunately, and Lopez still leads this race, but Katz has moved past. Well, he's got all the way up to 4th.
Yeah, he's managed to pass Stefan Hug, sorry Chris, and now he looks like he's trying to latch onto the back of Wojciech Davidovich as we come round to complete lap number 2.
Well, Katz didn't qualify that well by his own standards, still pretty good. But in the Karcher machine, he is looking to use that slipstream now to get onto the back of Wojciech Davidovich, who is also a major feature in the Skip Barber series, the open wheel racing series that we run on Mondays on BSRTC. He's always good for a top 3 finish usually, although not quite so good at Mid-Ohio this week, but never mind, he'll be back out on track for the remaining 4 rounds of the season, I'm sure. Lopez already starting to pull a little bit of a gap there, Adam. That's now 0.8 of a second.
Yeah, he was 0.2 of a second quicker than Jamie Rushworth the last time around, but yeah, you're right, and as one of the Movie Go cars goes really wide out of the second corner, Jamie Rushworth now in second. And as we head out of Casino del Lago, Wojciech Davidovich has got a good line as we head through the left-hander and we start to climb the hill. He surely won't be able to have a go down the inside into that, but he has a look around the outside, desperately trying to shape up Jamie Rushworth to get past him.
Difficult corner that, double apex, right-hander, almost 2 corners but not quite. And then get the car lined up and turn. Well, he takes a lot of curb there, Davidovich. He's really maximising the use of the track, but whatever advantage you can get. These are big bulky cars to get rid of some of these tighter corners, Adam.
Yeah, you've got to try and gain as much an advantage as you can, and if that involves using the curb going off the track, then you take it. As we'll see here, going through this long left-hander, you'll see the cars go over the curb and use some of that AstroTurf as the track as we head into the Zhongqiao one again. Rushworth has managed to close down a bit on Adeko Lopez. The gap's gone down to 0.6 seconds. He might be able to use the slipstream here and get right onto the back of the eBay Motors car as we come around to complete another lap.
Well, that's the view from the back of Adeko Lopez in the eBay Motors blue mirrored car, which has been doing so well this season. It's a little dive to the inside from Savidovic. Is he having a look? Oh, he's had more than a look! Huge contact with Jamie Rushworth there. Looked to be a little bit too eager from Savidovic. Both drivers have survived that now, Adam.
Yeah, hard down on the accelerator pedal, front wheel drive these Kia Optimas. That just brought the car back around, and Savidovic still looks eager to get second place. He can now see Lopez has now got a 1.5 second lead, and he can see the win possibly slipping away.
Well, here's the replay. Savidovic just leaves the braking too late, and nowhere for him to go. Not under braking, except to make contact with the back of Rushworth's car, and both drivers seem to recover from that. Front wheel drive easier to recover than rear in that type of situation there, Adam.
Yeah, you're right. If that was a rear wheel drive, he would have been facing the back of the whole of the field that are coming towards him. And that's the large BSRTC grid.
Now, and Dan Hunt's off. Dan Hunt, contact with... I'm not sure who that was with. Let's go back and have a quick look at that. It's the chrome restart, so that's going to be Ben Gregory, I think. Let's see what the build-up to that looked like. We didn't quite go back far enough on the replay. Dan Hunt on the right then. And, well, Gregory just doesn't turn in. And Gregory somehow manages to get the car back on the track and carry on. I'm not sure the same is going to be said for Dan Hunt, but I was just about to say before the race, Dan Hunt expressing some concern there, Adam, that he had some pretty aggressive competition on the grid. Robert Plumley behind, Ben Gregory in front, and his prophecy seems to have come true to some extent.
Yeah, he's in the midfield, and that's always a bit of a recipe for disaster, and as we've seen there, he's now down in 23rd place. Well,
now Linus Brugström is being challenged here by Jeroen Kaiser through the centre S's. Kaiser's going to have the advantage on the second S, but Brugström maintains the inside line very well, and he will keep that position for now. Kaiser, though, won't let that one drop. He's already moved over, and he's making his intent clear.
Yeah, he's got a bit of damage though, the chrome restart car. He's having a go down the inside, nearly contact. Meanwhile, Adam Terry's lost the car completely. Luckily, doesn't hit the Armco barrier, but that's a bit of a big off there by the STP Bianco car.
Well, there was actually contact there. Kaiser made contact with the back of Brugström's car. They both survived. Once again, just cost him a little bit of time. We didn't actually get to see the Adam Terry incident there, but he's down to 10th now after qualifying 7th. So being down to 11th as he's passed by Dan Kraft. Good move by Dan Kraft there. And the other car, Nick McCarron, looks to have capitalised, but can't do it. So he's in an engine oil direct sandwich right now. I don't think that would be a very good tasting sandwich. So 11th place for Terry right now. Gregory's down to 20th after that earlier contact with Hunt. But that's the state of Dan Hunt's car right now. It's in the pits for some lengthy repairs, I should imagine. Now Katz and Savidovic are nose to tail. Savidovic has the edge just about. Here comes Andy Katz. Savidovic defending that line there. Just got to get out of the way of that pit entry. Otherwise, you're going to be slamming into that wall. There's Savidovic on the outside. We've seen how late he wants to brake for the centre S's. Oh, almost banging doors there, Adam, but I think Savidovic is going to lose out here.
Yes, I think he will as Katz goes down the inside, but can Savidovic hang it out around the outside? We're heading down to Casino de Galago, and here comes Stefan Hoog. Stefan Hoog can make this free abreast. He's going left, right, trying to get past as we head down to turn 3. Katz on the inside, Savidovic on the outside. Who's going to brake latest? And it's Savidovic is still going around the outside. I think he's going to hold on to third place. He goes off the track. He'll pick up an incident point for that. But either way, Savidovic is still in third place, and he'll have the inside line as we head into the double apex right-hander. Savidovic sure. Oh, he pushes Katz off. Katz goes wide. He goes across the grass. That was a bit forceful by Savidovic, and now Katz has dropped down to 6th place.
Well, both the chrome restarts are going to get past him here, so that's going to be... Well, that's a nightmare for Katz. Go back and have another look at that one as Savidovic just makes a little bit of contact there. Let's go back a bit further and watch that one again. Not quite going back far enough on the tape here, apologies. It was very close, wasn't it? Katz couldn't really move over. Katz would have been on the grass if he'd moved over at all, so Savidovic, a little bit more awareness from Savidovic perhaps, just to give Katz the room that he needed. it wasn't like Katz was going to be able to complete the pass there on that double right-hander when Savidovic had the inside.
Yeah, you should be able to. You should be leaving a car's width of space. That's the rules in Formula One. I'm sure it's the rules here in the BSRTC. So that was a bit naughty by Wojciech Savidovic. Either way, he's held on to his third place.
Well, he's now in third. He's got a second cushion. Rushworth is now 1.7 seconds behind Lopez, and at this rate, Lopez is going to absolutely walk this race, Adam.
Yeah, he was 0.3 of a second quicker than Rushworth that time around. He's definitely making a break for us as we've got 6 laps to go here. Surely Lopez has got this under control unless something major happens.
Well, what's interesting for me is that the qualifying times are actually a lot slower than some of these drivers' fastest lap times in the race. So their race times are in the 1:39s, which was something they couldn't quite do in the qualifying. So whether it's that momentum and the adrenaline rush that's, you know, geeing them on, or whether it's just the close proximity and having more draft available, could be one or the other, I guess. Anyway, in any case, Lopez now has a 1.8 second gap. There he is, out the front. So the first round from Interlagos of the Engine Oil Direct Touring Car Championship could be going to Koba Lopez, and he's no stranger to the top spot on the podium this season, Adam.
Yeah, you're right there, Chris. He's won quite a few races. He's won 6 races I can count so far this season. He won at Suzuka in race 1 and in race 3, and then at Indianapolis he won in race 1 and race 2 before winning at race 1 again at the Circuit of the Americas. So he's no stranger to winning the first race of the evening. So let's see if he can carry on and win this one.
Oh, amazingly quick stat acquisition by Adam Barth there, ladies and gentlemen. We're on lap 7 out of 12. This is the battle for 8th place. At the moment, Jeroen Kaiser has 8th, that's Linus Broström just behind. Dan Kraft and Adam Terry, Nick McCarron and Ellis Stevens are all in this battle. So Kaiser holds on to it, although he's taken a very aggressive defensive line there, and it's allowed Broström to get round the outside, and these guys are going to go too wide. A little touch there. Kaiser holds it, and we didn't see them go too wide all the way down this straight. It's probably for the best, but there's cars queuing up behind to get through, Adam.
Yeah, we can see Jeroen Kaiser, Daniel Kraft, Adam Terry, Nick McCarron and Ellis Stevens there looking at the back as we head into the Casino de Lago once again, and Kaiser just holds on, but Broström goes out a bit wide, and that allows the Engine Oil Direct car of Dan Kraft to have a look around the outside. It's going to surely end up in tears if they don't behave themselves into this right-hander. Kraft goes around the outside. Is he going to keep it on the track? Yes, he does. But here comes the STB Bianco car of Adam Terry as we head into the slowest part of the track. They're still side by side. Either way, Jeroen Kaiser is still in 8th position, and Linus Broström in 9th, and Dan Kraft's now in 10th.
Well, they are swapping places a little bit. Oh, a little move on the back of Adam Terry's car. He's going to turn him round. Nick McCarron, that was very, very optimistic, and that's cost Adam Terry a lot of time. He is now a full second behind Dan Kraft, just up in front, and I'm sure Adam Terry won't be thanking Nick McCarron for that particular move. McCarron determined to get through. Adam Terry took that exit very wide. Is he damaged?
I don't know, maybe he's just had a bit of a bad exit. Either way, he's now lost the position to Nick McCarron. It's going to be hard to distinguish those STP Bianco cars and Engine Oil Direct as we head down the front straight. Here comes Ellis Stevens. I think he wants that 12th place from Adam Terry as we head down into Senores. He thinks better of it as Adam Terry tries to sling it out around the outside and gets the cutback on the inside into the second part of the Senores. Let's see if Adam Terry can get that 11th place back from Nick McCarron as we head down the back straight.
Good opportunity for Ellis Stevens there. It didn't seem like you wanted to take it, though.
Blimey, Nick McCarron's just had a dreadful exit from the Senores. I don't know whether he had a slowdown penalty or something, because he's now dropped down to 13th and has lost a bit of a gap to Ellis Stevens and Adam Terry.
That must have been a slowdown, surely. He was a lot slower through there. And maybe that's just a little bit of karma for the tap on the back of Adam Terry's car in the last lap. It just seems this season, Adam, like Adam Terry cannot stay out of trouble. He's not causing the trouble just tends to find him.
Yeah, in season 4 of the BSRT, of the Engine Oil Direct Touring Car Championship, sorry. He won the opening 2 races of the season, I do believe, so it is a shame to see him down in 11th place, and hopefully over the next few race meetings, Silverstone, Bathurst and Brands Hatch, we can see him back at the front fighting for the race wins like he should be.
Yeah, let's hope so. Top bloke Adam Terry, and doing wonders for the SGP Bianco team. Just not quite as many wonders as he would have liked this season, that's for sure. Down to a lot of incidents that well, you know, some of them are his fault, some of them aren't, most of them aren't. Plumley holds on to 15th place right now. He's got Mark Cardix just behind, who is the guest driver for Movie Go, although you wouldn't know it because he hasn't had time to repaint the car for this particular race. Gregory is behind in 17th, and Dan Hunt 2 laps down after that contact with Ben Gregory. That's I'd like to know the incident count for Gregory this season, because it does seem like we're talking about him quite a lot in terms of collisions with other cars, Adam.
Yeah, he's having quite a few incident points added. Meanwhile, the battle for second place is starting to heat up once again, as here comes Stefan Hug. He wants to get past Wojciech Savidovic as we head into the right-hander, and Jamie Rushworth, he looks like he's coming under major threat by all these cars that are now starting to queue up behind him as we head into the slowest part of the lap. Once again, we've got 3 laps to go, 2 laps to go at the end of this one, and Stefan Hug looks very eager to snatch that final spot on the podium away from Wojciech Savidovic.
It's interesting to me that Rushworth seems to be lacking pace out of these 5 cars. Katz put in the fastest lap on that last time round, a 1:39.6, which would have put him on pole position if he managed to qualify with that time, and that is after 9 laps around Interlagos, doing damage to the front tyres in terms of tyre wear. Front wheel drive cars, of course, they're a lot harder on the front tyres than they are on the rears, and that's even after some contact. So he's doing very well at the moment, but Katz has got to get past an awful lot of people to get onto that podium, Adam.
Yeah, and we've only got 2 laps to go. Wojciech Savidovic just looks to the inside, probably just to distract Jamie Rushworth in the mirrors, as we're now on the penultimate lap with Hug. As soon as we see Savidovic try to get onto the back of Rushworth, we see Hug tries to get back onto the back of Savidovic as we head through turn 2 and onto the back straight on the penultimate lap. Stefan Hug looks like he's got a good run as Savidovic ran out a bit wide. Meanwhile, Katz is having a look at the back of David Baker as we head into turn 3. Rushworth hangs on to second place for now. Hug in the 69 Chrome Restart car has a look again. He's almost touching the rear bumper of Savidovic. In fact, he might be doing that now as we head into the double apex right-hander on the penultimate lap. I think Stefan Hug will stay back, and Savidovic now starting to close up on Rushworth. He's going down the inside of the Movie Go driver into the right-hander. He might be able to get it here. He goes very, very much down the inside. I don't know if he'll pick up an incident point for that, but Rushworth is definitely refusing to give up that second place. He forces Savidovic a bit wide, but I think he might have lost it now as we head into the Bico to Passo. Can Rushworth hanging on round the outside? No, he can't. And Savidovic, who looked like he was about to lose third place, is now up into second.
Fantastic drive from Savidovic. Nothing Rushworth could do there. Just forced the issue and chipped away at every single opportunity he had there. And it looked to me like Stefan Hug backed off. I don't know about you, Adam, but he backed off because he was so close behind. And now he's challenging for third.
I wonder if Rushworth's tyres are gone or something. He has been pushing throughout this race, and maybe that bit of contact with Savidovic earlier on in the race has done a bit of damage to the car, maybe unsettled the handling a bit as we're now on the final lap. Can Hug go down the inside into the centre as he's late on the brakes? The car is squirreling about, and Rushworth is trying to go around the outside of Savidovic. Last lap manoeuvre here. I don't know whether he'll pick up a slowdown for that, but Stefan Hug is now up into third place. Rushworth's now off the podium.
So more points drop for Rushworth if the race, that's what it's called, if the race finishes like this. Watch out in the background though, Katz looking to make a move on David Baker, but nothing came of that. Might have to settle for 6 here, the German. Lopez though, 4 seconds out in front now. Nobody can catch him. Only a mistake would cost him this race, and we haven't seen a lot of those from him this season. Savidovic looks pretty good for second place now. What do you think? Hug's got a chance? Only a few corners left.
Yeah, it all depends on that final corner. If Davidovich gets a bad run, Hug might be able to slipstream him coming to the line. But Adeko Lopez, what a class act by the eBay Motors BMW driver. I think he's going to come, eBay Motors driver, he's going to come through for his 7th win of the season if nothing dreadful happens now. Hug's still on the back, he's 0.3 seconds behind him. I doubt we'll see him move into the final corner. No, I think he's too far back. I think those positions look settled as Rushworth nearly loses control of the car into the final corner, but it looks like Adeko Lopez is going to win the race.
Definitely a tyre issue then. Well, it looks that way anyway for Rushworth. Just couldn't hold on to them over the course of the race. Koba Lopez takes, as Adam points out, the 7th victory of the season out of 22 races. It's a 1 in 3 ratio. Hard to argue with that, really. That's why he's out on top, and he's going to be looking to close out this season as early as possible and take his first ever touring car victory. And well, Baker over the line in 5th, held on from Andreas Katz. Let's get some results up on your screen, and there they are. So 2 engine oil direct cars in the top 10, 3 chrome restarts in the top 10, I should say. That's Hug in 3rd, Baker in 5th, and Kaiser finishing 8th. Well, chrome restart have a stranglehold on the team championship, really, with results like that, Adam.
Yeah, and also Engine Oil Direct, their first race meeting sponsoring the championship, they've got a pole position for race 2, top 10 reverse grid. Don't forget, Dan Kraft will be on pole position.
Very, very exciting to see that at the start of the second race. Front row of Dan Kraft and Linus Brustrom. On paper, you'd favour Brustrom, but we've seen what Kraft can do in the last race and in the qualifying session as well. Let's go over now and see if we can have a quick word with Jamie Rushworth, who came 4th in that race in the end. Jamie, a bit disappointing. You would have liked 2nd.
Yeah, in the break my pedal set had broken, and since then I've had to get a new one, and this new one is shockingly bad. So I was locking my brakes all race.
What about the tyre wear? Because we thought that you might be suffering towards the end of the race due to the tyres going off.
I'm not sure if that made a difference in the end. I think the other guys just noticed what was going on with me and capitalised on it.
Well, there was some doubt about you participating when the pedals broke and you needed to get a replacement pretty quickly, but it sounds like you got that sorted, but you're still not happy with the car.
No, I've never felt more uncomfortable with a car, but at least I'm here, so...
Absolutely. Well, 4th place in that race, just missing out on a podium. It's definitely not to be sniffed at. More points dropped to Lopez, though, who seems to be untouchable on this circuit.
Yeah, again, he seems to be untouchable on most circuits, but we'll see what happens, see if he keeps it clean in the next 2.
And your Movigo teammate, Brustrom, will be starting on the front row of the grid in the next race, so he must be relishing that opportunity.
I'm sure he's proved in the GT series that he can capitalise on that, so looking forward to it.
Excellent. Well, we'll let you go prepare. Thanks, Jamie.
Thanks.
It's Movigo Racing's Jamie Rushworth, and he doesn't sound like he's particularly enamoured with his own performance in that race there, Adam.
No, I think he'd be happy to take a 4th place. Don't forget, there's still 2 races to go tonight, and he's starting in 7th for race 2, so it's not the end of the world. I'm sure he'll be able to fight his way back through the field and hopefully get a race win in race 2.
Over now to Dan Hunt, if we may have a quick word with Dan after disappointing finish in that race, Dan, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately.
So more contact from Ben Gregory, and we did sort of hear you say before the race that you were a bit concerned about the drivers around you not being the least aggressive, shall we say, and it looks like that came true in the race. But what was your view of that?
Which incident were we talking about with him?
Oh, we only saw one on the cameras in actual fact, but it was the one that caused you to pit and lose 2 laps.
Oh right, I've got you. I couldn't really see where I was, and I think Ben was moving out wide, pushing me out wide, and I needed to turn in for the corner, I think. I haven't actually watched it yet, so I don't know.
Okay, well, it's a disappointing one for you, obviously, starting near the back for this next race, but makes it easier to move through the field, perhaps?
Yeah, I think it's going to be quite tricky to get past people on this track, unfortunately.
Well, we'll have to leave you to go and find a way to do that, because we're looking forward to seeing you get past as many of these guys as possible and get back into the top 20 for the final race. So thanks for joining us, Dan, and giving us your views, and we'll speak to you a bit later.
Cheers, Chris.
It's Dan Hunt there, after disappointing finish in the first race. Disappointment seems to be the prevailing theme for a lot of these drivers, and one man who won't be disappointed is Cobo Lopez. He came out qualified but quicker than anyone. Nobody really touched him the entire race there, Adam. No one looked to overtake, and he just walked it.
Yeah, he was 4.2 seconds ahead of Wojciech Davidovich by the end. That is a dominating performance. I think that's the most dominating we've seen him so far this season, which is a bad thing as we're coming down towards crunch time in the championship.
Well, that is round 22 of the Engine Oil Direct Touring Car Championship from Interlagos. Round 23 is coming your way live on BSRTV in about 10 minutes time. So stay tuned. Well, not to this video, but skip ahead to the next one, and we'll see you on the other side. Thanks for watching from me and Adam, and we'll see you in about 10 minutes.